Lahat ng drama, lahat ng tawanan, lahat ng iyong all-time hits. Ang tanging huntahan ng Masang Lamaw. Number 1 sa Mega Manila, nationwide pa. Broadcasting from TGN, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan. Cool FM. You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is koolNews at noon.
Good afternoon, and welcome to koolNews at noon. Operators at the Basco Airport and Palanang Airport were suspended as severe weather conditions continued on Tuesday due to Typhoon Karina. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines CAAP said all flights to and from Basco Airport and Palanan Airport have been cancelled. Basco and Palanan airports are located in areas placed under tropical cyclone wind signal number 1 by the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration Pagasa earlier on Tuesday. Several flights were also canceled on Tuesday because of a stormy weather. Class suspensions in different localities were likewise imposed and amid persistent rains. The Department of Trade and Industry said on Tuesday that they will still continue monitoring prices of goods that will be removed from the suggested retail price SRP bulletin. In an interview with Teleradio, Undersecretary Amanda Marie Nograles clarified the concerns of consumers that prices of goods will increase amid removal of items in the pricing bulletin. Ito mga items na tantanggalin natin sa SRP bulletin, hindi ibig sabihin na hindi na i-monitor ng DTI ang mga items na yan, said Nograles. She also said that price monitoring will still be done by DTI even when other products are not posted on the regular bulletin. Trabaho pa rin ng DTI na tumanggap ng mga notice of price adjustments at pag-aralin pa na rin yung justifications ng manufacturers dito at i-monitor pa rin po ng DTI ang presyo ng mga bilihin na ito kahit wala sila sa SRP bulletin. Manufacturers of goods not included in the list still need a green light from DTI before they can adjust their prices. Nograles explained that streamlining the list of SRP bulletins where basic goods such as sardines and coffee will be posted avoids confusion among consumers. Ano ba ang purpose ng SRP bulletin? Para yan sa information and guidance ng mga consumer. Biglang kabay bago ka pumili pero ang nangyayari kasi napakarami na nakalista doon na hindi pang karaniwang bili ng ating mga consumer, so ang lumalabas maraming nakalista. Napakaliit na nung lista, hindi na makita, hindi na mga ma-analyze ng consumers, she added. In April, TDI planned to include unit costs and price bulletins as part of their efforts to address shrinkflation. Shrinkflation is done by manufacturers by reducing the size or volume of the product to maintain prices at main production costs. Yep. As you can see in our area, it's already making some thunderstorms, as you might have just heard. Speaking of our weather conditions right now, classes in Cavite province were suspended on Monday, July 22, due to bad weather caused by Typhoon Karina. Governor John Vic Remula declared the suspension of classes for all levels in the province on Tuesday, July 23, extending the same declaration made for Monday, the Cavite Provincial Information Office announced on its Facebook page. Cavite's Mayor Denver Chua also announced that work in the City Hall was suspended Tuesday due to strong wind and heavy rain. Employees who are giving basic services and frontliners will still report to work, Chua said in the post on social media Tuesday. Department of Finance DOF Secretary Ralph Recto on Monday welcomed President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s decision to impose a total ban on Philippine offshore gaming operators. I support the President's decision to ban Pogo. The cost outweighs the benefits, Recto said in a text message to the Philippine News Agency. I think that is right. Pogos have reputational risk, not to mention there are bad effects in the country. We see this, we talk about these every day, he said in a separate interview on the sidelines of the President's State of the Nation address. Recto said there are crimes linked to the illegal Pogo operations in the country. The finance chief said he recommended to the President the total Pogo ban, adding he also provided a cost-benefit analysis. Kaya pag isuma total mo yan dun sa recommendation ko sa Pangulo na iban yung Pogo, pinakita rin naman kung ano yung mga cost-benefit analysis dyan. Sa palagay ko, tama ang decision na panalo. If we sum it up, my recommendation to ban Pogo and the cost-benefit analysis, I think the decision of the President is right, Recto added. Meanwhile, the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission (PAOCC) will compile a database of foreigners working for Philippine offshore gaming operations to help in their subsequent deportation. PAOCC Director Undersecretary Gilbert Cruz revealed this a few hours after President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. ordered a ban on Pogos in his third State of the Nation address. Marcos gave concerned government agencies until the end of 2023 to wind down offshore gaming operations nationwide. According to the PAOCC official, the 5 months given to them by Marcos would be sufficient to achieve their goal. This 5-month period provides ample time not only to identify the bosses, but more importantly, this will be enough to create a database of all foreign nationals working in these companies, Cruz said in a statement released Monday morning. This database is crucial to ensure that all Pogo workers will be subsequently deported to their countries of origin, he added. Cruz likewise said that PAOCC will promptly collaborate with the Department of Justice, Interagency Council Against Trafficking, Bureau of Immigration, Anti-Money Laundering Council, Philippine National Police, and National Bureau of Investigation in implementing the Pogo ban. He believed that the President's Pogo ban directive aimed to end the proliferation of government activities that became an avenue for Pogos to cover their alleged crimes. Rest assured that PAOCC and the other law enforcement agencies will continue to neutralize the scam force that are still operating, Cruz added. Moving on to international business headlines, as the billionaire founder of South Korean internet conglomerate Kakao was arrested early Tuesday, a Seoul court said, accused of manipulating stock prices during the acquisition of K-pop powerhouse SM Entertainment. Founded in 2010, Kakao has grown to be a sprawling empire and owns everything from a major online bank to South Korea's largest taxi-hailing app, plus Kakao Talk, the country's biggest messaging app, which is installed on 90% of phones. It also has a vast entertainment portfolio encompassing music labels and talent management, which augmented significantly last year by securing a controlling 39.87% stake in SM Entertainment, becoming its largest shareholder. Prosecutors accused Kakao of buying 240 billion Korean won or 173 million US dollars worth of SM shares on 553 occasions in February 2023 at inflated prices in a deliberate effort to thwart a takeover bid by Hippe the agency behind K-pop megastars BTS. Hip-hop had purchased a 14.8% stake from SM's founder Lee So-man and proposed buying more shares at 120,000 Korean won each, but withdrew its attempt after SM's stock price soared. The Southern District Court approved an arrest warrant for Kakao founder Kim Do-soo, citing risk of him fleeing and destroying evidence, it said in the statement. Authorities have also questioned other Kakao executives, prosecutors said. And at an emergency Kakao group meeting last week, Kim said that it was a pity that the situation had occurred while group members are working together to renovate management and innovate AI-based technology. He later said the charges against him were not true. I believe the facts will be revealed in the end as I have never ordered or tolerated any illegal activities, Kim said, according to a press release sent to AFP by the company on Tuesday. Experts said that the detention of the firm's head could cause problems for the company. Calco's AI-based innovation will likely meet difficulty due to the absence of the head of the company, and the group will have to focus its efforts on eliminating total risk and dual risk, said Choi Ki-yong-jin, a law professor at South Korea's Gachon University. The risk of the group due to the leader being absent from Kakao will probably continue for a considerable period of time, he added. Kakao will need to reorganize its governance. It is 12 minutes past 12, and when we return on koolNews at noon later, it looks like Katy Perry's comeback may not as be exciting as all as her fans may seem. What happened to it and what went wrong? Find out later. Stay tuned. crash. Asian markets closed Tuesday, building on the tech-led surge in Wall Street equities as investors returned to the sector after last week's losses, while attention turned to the upcoming release of key U.S. inflation data. Joe Biden's decision to drop out of the presidential election race and endorse Vice President Kamala Harris had little major impact on sentiment, analysts said, though there is much debate about who she chooses as her running mate. However, analysts warn the road will likely be bumpy over the next few months. Saira Malik at Newsweek said Biden's decision to pull out of the presidential race adds even more uncertainty around what has already been tumultuous 2024 geopolitical landscape. Mr. Biden announced he will endorse Kamala Harris, but the exact path forward is uncertain. If this news gives former President Trump a bump in the polls, that could provide a further boost to areas of the market that have been pricing in increased prospects for a Republican sweep in November. One thing does seem certain, more twists and turns in the political roller coaster in the months ahead. Traders are hoping for more policy announcements to kickstart the stuttering Chinese economy after last week's closely watched plenum of leaders unveiled few measures safe a pledge to help local governments financially. This week has seen a more upbeat start after a sell-off last week that came on the back of a tech retreat fueled by profit-taking, and reports the White House was planning a fresh crackdown on firms supplying chip tech to China. But optimism for another healthy earnings season, particularly among semiconductor makers, saw a bounce on Monday with market darling Nvidia among the big winners along with Broadcom and Texas Instruments. This week sees releases by Google parent Alphabet, Tesla, and Spotify. Tech firms have led the rally in markets this year, helping push all three main indexes in New York to multiple record highs, thanks to expectations the Federal Reserve will cut borrowing costs. After last week was devoted to the U.S. election and assassination attempt on Trump, the central bank's monetary policy is back in focus ahead of Friday's report on personal consumption expenditure, the Fed's paper gauge of inflation. The figure has come down steadily in recent months, giving central bank officials room to begin cutting rates, with bets on a September move increasing. In New York, all three main indexes rose, with the S&P 500 and Nasdaq up more than 1% each. And most of Asia followed suit, with Tokyo, Sydney, Seoul, Singapore, Wellington, Jakarta, and Taipei in positive territory. However, Hong Kong and Shanghai edged down. In currency markets, the dollar weakened against the yen ahead of a policy meeting at the Bank of Japan next week that some say could see it hike interest rates again. The greenback has softened of late against the Japanese unit, with Okanda's Kelvin Wong citing two catalysts. First, it has been the increased odds of a more dovish U.S. Federal Reserve to kickstart in the September policy meeting after a slew of key U.S. economic data in terms of spending and inflationary trends. Secondly, in an earlier Bloomberg interview with Donald Trump published on Tuesday, 16 July, Trump implied that he favored a weaker U.S. dollar against the Japanese yen and Chinese yuan due to U.S. exports losing competitiveness. A 29-year-old construction worker on Monday, July 22, admitted to killing his live-in partner, chopping her body, and burying her remains under the shack in Lucena City. In a spot report issued on Monday afternoon, Lieutenant Colonel William Anga Jr., Lucena Police Chief, reported that around 2 p.m., investigators were asking Ryan Parga for information about his partner, Ronaldin Alvarez, age of 29, who had been missing since June 30. Suddenly, Parga went emotional and confessed to investigators that he had killed Alvarez, the police said. Parga reportedly narrated that on the morning of June 30, he and Alvarez had a heated altercation inside the shanty in the secluded part of Barangay 5, which prompted him to repeatedly stab her to death in the chest using an eye pick. He, Porga, chopped the body of Alvarez into three parts, head, body, legs, using a jungle polo, and put them into three sacks and buried them underneath the shanty to conceal the crime, the report stated. Porga also confessed that sometime in March last year, he and Alves killed a certain Alin Orjejada. The duo reportedly placed the dead body inside a plastic drum, buried it inside their house, and cemented that area of the floor. The report did not provide information on Orjejada and why she was killed. Porga later pointed to police the areas in the shanty where the victims were buried. The authorities then dug out the remains. The suspect was detained and is facing criminal charges. Police rescued on Monday, July 22, a female Chinese national kidnapped victim in Calamba City in Laguna Province and arrested another Chinese as the alleged abductor. In a report on Tuesday, July 23, the police region 4A said the victim, identified as Lee, approached the security guard on duty in a subdivision in Barangay Punta around 7:50 p.m. The guard, Jovan Castillo, could not understand what she was saying in Chinese and used a language translator on his mobile phone to communicate. The translation revealed that the victim was asking for help after she had been forcibly taken by a Sortejo who to his rented house inside the subdivision. Castillo reported the incident to the local police, who immediately responded and arrested the suspect. The report did not give details of the supposed kidnapping or other details about the victim and the suspect. The suspect was placed in police custody as the investigation continued. And finally, Katy Perry in entertainment showbiz news. Katy Perry has made her much anticipated return to the music scene with her newest single, Woman's World. But what was supposed to be a fun comeback for the fireworks singer, she was instead met with mixed reactions from her fans and critics alike. In case you missed it, after 3 years since she released new music, Perry surprised her fans when she recently dropped her track, Woman's World, the first single from her upcoming album, 143, which is set to be released on September 20, 2024. The track was accompanied by a music video featuring visuals that pay homage to Rosie the Riveter, a known cultural icon in the United States who became a symbol for women in the workforce and women's independence. According to the former American Idol judge, Perry described how her experience as a new mother had been an inspiration to her latest song, and that Woman's World is supposed to be a celebration of their contributions to the world. Perry also added that she wanted her fans to think of Woman's World as an empowering song, much like her previous songs such as 2010's Fireworks and 2013's Roar. While many Katy Cats shoulder Perry with praises for her vision for Woman's World, is clear to be an empowering feminist anthem. Her song, however, drew a lot of criticism from her fans and critics alike. One of the songs the song was critically criticized for is due to Perry's collaboration with Dr. Duke. Dr. Duke, whose real name is Lucas Z. Godwell, was previously involved in a legal dispute with American singer and rapper Kesha in 2014 after accusing him of sexual assault and abuse. According to the TikTok singer, Dr. Luke, who had been Kesha's producer, had repeatedly drugged her and sexually assaulted her. The singer also accused Dr. Luke of emotional abuse, which caused her eating disorder. In response, the producer has denied all of Kesha's allegations and filed a defamation lawsuit against her. Kesha's suit was dismissed in 2016, ruling that a statute of limitations had expired according to reports. Excuse me. In 2020, Dr. Luke won a civil case against her after a judge ruled that Kesha had defamed the producer and that she had breached her contract with KMI, Dr. Luke's record label. Kesha and Dr. Luke then reached a settlement in 2023 before the case was to go to trial. Going back to Perry and Dr. Luke's collaborations, Perry's fans have expressed their disappointment with Dr. Luke's involvement in her upcoming album. So, according to ex-users, Katy Perry could have had one of the greatest pop comebacks of all time, but she ruined for herself by working with Dr. Luke, rushing out another single produced by him. Won't help, girl. Why is Katy Perry's voluntary partnership with producer Dr. Luke for her comeback insensitive and problematic? Well, obviously, the producer is Dr. Luke and the background vocalist Luke Say. The music video for Dr. Luke produced Woman's World by Katy Perry now officially has more dislikes than likes. I was so excited for this at first, but when I actually listened to the song, I was like, man, she should have made a better song with better lyrics since she was gone for many years, but turns out it was disappointing for many fans. Calling it Woman's World while working with Dr. Luke and mocking a rape victim is beyond ironic and has to be an outrage marketing tactic, because who the F talks about Katy Perry post 2014? There's a lot more criticisms also post as we speak, as what we know now is that Dr. Luke worked with Katy Perry in producing the song, and that's what led to the disappointment of her comeback. And that is it for Cool News at Noon. As always, you can get in touch with us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. And we will be back later with Cool News at 4, 6, and Cool News Prime Time at 9. Until then, I am Cairo, aka Aspir. Good afternoon.